Let's talk about this one a little bit more, because Newzroom, very own Qaanitah Hunter is live from that High Court then in Pietermaritzburg. Qaanitah, let's just detail exactly the findings here, because inconsistencies seem to be the case so far.
Really a long day for us here at the High Court, where the NPA made an opening statement to Judge Nompumelelo Radebe, where they put forward why they thought the inquest should be opened. And the main position and the main argument that they had presented to the court is that the suspicion that Chief Albert Luthuli did not die from what the government of the day at the time, the apartheid government, had said he had died from. They said he was killed when a goods train hit him in that fateful day on 21st of July, 1967. There was an inquest that happened 2 months later. Like you said, no culpability found by that inquest. And today, the judge here said that the inquest had to be reopened, and the police officers who had been tasked with looking into this case since 2019 have been testifying here today. But beyond the testimony, there's going to be a lot of evidence presented to this courtroom behind me, is a matter of whether, is justice too late? And I'm joined now by Nompumelelo Luthuli, a family member of the Luthuli family. Thank you very much for your time. Do you believe that this inquest here today that has been reopened will help the family in any way?
Good afternoon, Qaanitah, and good afternoon to the viewers at home. Yes, we certainly do believe that the inquest will assist the family to find closure, the much-needed closure, 57 years down the line. And I say this partly because of the opening statement that has been made by the NPA this morning or throughout the proceedings today. We have never believed that the September 1967 inquest was a legitimate one. It was merely a cover-up and a whitewash to hide the atrocities perpetrated by the apartheid government at the time. And you will have seen that part of the evidence that the NPA will be presenting is a predetermination of the outcome of that inquest made by the presiding officer at the time, Magistrate Boswell.
In other words, that the NPA is asserting that the magistrate had come to a conclusion despite the evidence that was present at the time.
Indeed. I mean, it is very strange that a magistrate who is supposed to preside over an inquest could write 8 days before the start of the actual inquest, say that conclusively that I cannot see myself arriving at a different conclusion than that this was an accidental death, even before you hear any testimony whatsoever, So from that perspective, we are quite confident that the NPA has laid a very, very sound and solid case for the inquest to be reopened, and Judge Radebe has indeed reopened the case. And as has been indicated, there are different categories of witnesses that will lead evidence: those from the family, those representing his family life, expert witnesses that reconstruct the accident scene, medical legal experts that will be presented, and a few others. So through all of that, when piecing it together, we do hope that the conclusion will be none other than the fact that this was an orchestrated murder of our father and grandfather.
Thank you very much. That was Nompumelelo Luthuli. As you heard it, there is going to be several classes of witnesses that will be called here to make the case to the Judge Radebe. Basically, the NPA saying that there is no way that Chief Albert Luthuli could have died from what that inquest in 1967 had said he had died from, and saying to the court that people at the time remained deeply suspicious of the circumstances pertaining his death, and many years later those suspicions still stand. Arabile.
Qaanitah, thank you so much for that reporting indeed, and we'll certainly be continuing to hear a lot more on this one then as that inquest continues.